What's up, Crumb Nation?
Oh my goodness.
We're back.
It's Sunday. It's 4:00 in the Central Time Zone. You coming?
Yeah, we crumbing. Baby, we crumbing. We had some technical difficulties before this started that seemed to not be on our end. So if something happens, we'll try to come back, but we might not. So just be aware. Be ready.
Brave new world out there.
It's crazy. How's your week, Rye?
Yeah, you know, it's all right. I'm in the great state of Michigan right now. I'm in the woods. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. Now you're in a state almost as crazy as my state.
That's why I came. Oh, I came to protest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I packed up everything and I can't. No, I'm hiding in the woods right now, and it's nice. It's a
Sweet.
nice retreat. Writing
That's
some
good.
jams, trying to get some stuff done. How about you, my man?
Oh, I potentially made a mistake and out of boredom suggested that I'd write a song for anybody who wanted a song about anything for $5 or more. And now I have like 20 songs to write. So we'll see how it goes. I got through the first three like that. And then just kind of been busy. It's going to rain for like a whole week straight. So just trying to get outdoor stuff done ahead of that.
What's the best request you've gotten?
Well, I would say 90% of them are write a song about my pet. And I say I've met half the pets. And so it's kind of like, sure. Here's a song about just a generic dog.
Yeah, then you just plug that name in.
I had one request to write a song that's like Rocky Raccoon, but about a ferret. And it's actually about Jared Kushner. So that one will just sit in the, mull that over. Maybe that'll be a collab if you want to hop in on that one.
Oddly enough, requested by Jared Kushner.
I'll send you $250 if it pans out.
Now we're talking.
Music news is pretty light this week. But we do want to talk about the show that happened.
Yeah, the show.
The show. Apparently, there are shows happening in Arkansas, or there was one on a Monday night, and it featured Travis McCready, the singer of Bishop Gunn, at the Temple Live in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Which Fort Smith I had until now assumed was just a town that is in Western movies and didn't actually exist. But it does exist, and Travis McCready played there last Monday. So a little bit, I'll post the Vice article here because it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty funny. It sounds like it didn't go great. Not that there was anything wrong with the band or with the sound or with the people who were there, but just that it's really weird to be spread out. I think they had 229 people in there, and
in like 1,000 cap room, right?
Yeah, in like 1,000 cap room. Everybody's spread out. Everybody has to be 12 feet from the stage. They were monitoring how many people could be in the bathroom at one time. Just did not sound like a good time.
My favorite thing was seeing all the like musician people being like, well, 239 at one of my shows would be just a great night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not like all of a sudden 229 people are going to come to your show. But yeah, it's just read the article because the description was sad, and I think it ended on the right note. And I think something that Andre touched on last week, which is it's one thing to legally be able to have a show, and it's another thing for the show to be enjoyable and have the vibe be good and have it be a place that people want to be. So I think we're still in for a little bit of a long haul. Other than that, I mean, there was some good stuff. I'll post some links. Austin City Council is apparently moving towards supporting their music venues, not just their musicians, which is a good thing that we've been talking about. I posted a link to that. Since last week, I did do one of those Joe Pug private concerts. So singer-songwriter Joe Pug is doing he has an interesting way that he's tackling this, where he's doing private Zoom concerts. They're 3 songs. It's $100. You can have up to 5 people in there. And I split it with 4 other people, $20 each. It was fun. Joe was kind of talking to us and interacting, and it was kind of a really personal way to see a show. It still seems like it was really nice, and I thought it was like a cool thing, and it seems like he's selling out on those like crazy. I'm posting the link here, but I guess the other end of it is like $20 for 3 songs seems like a lot of money.
I watched his stream last week. It featured one of my best buds, Jeremy David Miller, who we should get on this thing.
Let's do it.
Engineered Nation of Heat. And I saw that we put that Forbes article up. I thought it was an interesting take on what people are doing. I know Sue Santo is doing a similar thing. So I don't know. It's a brave new world out there. And I think that we're going to see a lot more stuff like this pop up in different ways. So more power to Joe. He's making it happen.
Yeah, good for Joe. Do you want to do some music review?
You know I do.
Okay, let's do it, baby.
Hey, man, what have you been listening to?
Crumbs. Music review. Crumbs. Music review.
What have you been listening to, Ryan?
Well, I've been going down this really big rabbit hole of a band that actually like inspired all of the weird little music that I'm making for these things, which is Sparks, the Mail Brothers. And if you're not familiar with them, they've put out, like 25 or 26 records since the early 70s. Started as kind of like a glam rock band and then like a new wave band, but they just put out a new record. And I've been kind of just going back through their catalog because all their music cheers me up. Songs like Sextown USA and All You Ever Think About Is Sex.
Are you sure this is not an R. Kelly album?
And Angst in My Pants. They're great. But they put out a new record, and I haven't gotten to like the deep dive on the record yet, but the song Lawnmower is exactly what the world needs right now. So
Okay.
If you're feeling bummed out, put on the new Sparks track Lawnmower, and if it doesn't cheer you up, I can't help you. It's real good.
It's going on the playlist. There
Put
it
it
is.
on.
On
Throw
my
it on
foreign
there.
times.
What about
I've been
you?
listening to after our Jason Isbell discussion, I felt triggered when I saw that Steve Earle released a new album, which I'm a big Steve Earle fan, and that makes me hypercritical, I think, of the music that he puts out. And he put out a new album, and I was a little bit dreading listening to it. But it's really good. I thought it was a great little, like, it's the closest thing he's done to The Mountain since The Mountain came out. The bluegrass record he did with the Del McCoury band.
That's the one that starts where he's like, you got to put your hat on if you want to be in this band, right?
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite album opening lines.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's called The Ghost of West Virginia. And as our friend John Lindenbaum, who will eventually get on here, mentioned, it is definitely Cole-centric. It's good. It's just like great songs and kind of that bluegrassy sound, which is my favorite Steve Earle sound. So that's what I've been listening to. And right before we came on, this is not really a review, but it's like a review of a review.
Meta.
Paste Magazine did the most useless thing in the world, and they made a list of the top 100 indie folk albums of all time that I posted in the comments. And I don't understand why people, I guess there's nothing else to do, but take a look and see what you guys think. The number 1 spot went to Sufjan Stevens' Illinois, which is a fine record.
A great record.
It's a
number
good record.
1?
Nah.
They had it behind Neutral.
Yeah, they had it.
Too, which
in the Airplane Over the Sea was number 2, but then also things like Songs Ohio, Magnolia Electric Company was like 38 or something. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So a good rousing. Go ahead.
There's a random Nick Drake record thrown in there, which is like the only thing before 1988 on the whole list. And it's not even the best Nick Drake record. And it's just in there. And it's like, well, if you're going back to the 70s, I mean, there's what was huge in the 70s? Indie folk. It's a big thing.
But only one album that makes the top 100, though.
The thing that I thought about looking at that list is that whoever put it together is exactly my age. And
I felt that way too.
And had like a really great time in the mid 2000s.
So if that's your bag, check it out. If you want to argue about it, we'd love to hear your outrage and your anger. I don't know. That's it for the top of the show, right? Right? You have anything else, or should we bring
Steve Earle, Bad Paste List, Music News?
Boom. We need a graphic or something. We're still working on that. We're getting there. Thanks to Little Village Magazine for writing a nice article about our show.
Oh, right. That's one more piece. We are the music news this week, Brian.
We are the music news. That's right. I can put that link in there too at some point. But before I just link ourselves away, let's bring our buddy on here, our guest this week, Mr. Willy Tea Taylor. He's a songwriter out of California, a folk legend, a long torso man, a Muppet maker. Hopefully, maybe we can get him to get some Muppets out on the show this week. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Willy Tea Taylor.
Hey, fellers.
What's going on, Will?
Oh, not much. I've been real busy making puppets, man.
That's awesome.
There's a contest that was supposed to be.
What?
Am I cutting up? Hello?
No, you're great.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my friend Nathan Moore, he's got Hippie Fiasco on his live Facebook. It's really entertaining. He's quite a master at doing all kinds of weird stuff. So he threw together a puppet video contest, and the winner gets $200. So I had 2 weeks to go for it, and I bit off way too much. Like I bought a green screen. I'm learning things that I have no idea about, and I've just been going full board, man. I didn't get it in time. I didn't get it finished, and then it turns out he told me, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, we didn't get 10 submissions, so you got another week." But the last 3 days, man, have been nonsense, man. Holy cow!
Is this the future of the music business then?
I think it's the future of Willy Tea. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a question about these puppets.
Yes.
Tell me about their torso size. Are they long in the torso, short in the torso? I feel like a typical Muppet is a long-legged, short torso.
The one that I have is definitely a long legman. One of them, and the other one is just kind of a giant head that looks like Peter Fonda, kind of.
Oh,
he's Peter Fonda-esque is what I was going for. But it's hopefully this is going to be this series. I'm outside, so you can hear the motorbikes. Is that
anytime you mention Peter Fonda does a motorcycle cruise?
Yeah, I have my neighbor on that. Yeah, but I was gonna pull up in my moped, but I was still like I was almost unprepared. I've been real busy. Erica started a new job on a lake, and so she's been gone for like 3 days. So I've been, pawing and puppeting and pawing and
so I was
grocery shoppings.
I was saving this moment for the show. It's like a Maury Povich, Crumbs moment. I just found out that my upstairs neighbor and good friend is Erica's stepsister.
Get out of here. That is radical. Which one?
Well, upstairs, I think you met them. There's Jess Phillips and Aaron Brady live above us.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
they said they were hanging out with you last summer,
Day.
having a sing along.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was fun. Yeah, that's great. Great news.
Isn't that? It's a small world.
Let's bring her on the show.
And here she is.
Here she is. No.
I think we just lost Brian.
Oh, we did. He's gone. We bored him to death already.
He's mad that he doesn't have any Maury Povich-like connections. What else has been going on with you, man?
I remember this one Maury Povich where it just sticks with me for the rest of my life. This lady goes, Maury, he tried to hit me with the floor waxer. He attacked me with a floor waxer, Maury. That was funny. Little things we remember. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I saw you were using the Muppets in a kids show that you did for a library. Is that right? You've been doing kids shows too?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That was that was fun. That was interesting. I didn't really Muppet too much, I'm all about the green screen, I'm thinking I'm kind of going score crazy on this shit because it's called I don't know, we can't say the F word on these shows, huh? I don't know.
You can say it.
Well, it's called the 7 Mindfucks of Don Quixote. And Don Quixote is this shaman who he's a friendly, just fun-loving shaman that is just always on psychedelics. And instead of the 7 paths to enlightenment, he teaches this Peter Fonda guy the 7 mindfucks to enlightenment. And so it's not a kid's show. It's not gonna be a kid's puppet show, but so I'm making the trailer to it. Which is, oh God, I hope I get it done, man.
Have you spent more than the $200 that would be the prize on?
Actually, probably I've spent about $100 on glue and green spray paint. Yeah, it's not about the $200, that's for sure. But it's pretty exciting. And like my whole vision is I just want to make I want to have a whole, it just opened up, when you have those ideas and you just sit and think and then there's no end to it. Those are the paths that I like to take, like music was that path where, there's no end to it. I think I'll take that one. Yeah. And so this has music, it has everything, all media's into it. And I have so many great friends like y'all that I could just make a puppet of you and we could have a whole Long Torsoman musical made with Long Torsoman puppets of ourselves. And I just want to do that for the rest of my life.
That's a dream come true.
Yeah. And I want to make videos for all my friends and just and put all the characters that I know that are just crazy and just make puppets out of them and then have a variety puppet show like the Muppets, that's just my style.
It's a Crumbs exclusive, the Willy Tea Taylor Muppet Long Torsoman rock opera coming at you. I have an unrelated Muppet question, changing topics a little bit. What do you feel about the National League getting rid of the designated hitter?
The American League or
no? They're talking about when baseball comes back, they're going to get rid of.
Bringing it. Yeah, they're bringing the designated hitter to the National League.
Fuck. I think it's terrible. I think it's a terrible idea.
Are you a fan of even the American League having a designated hitter? I mean, I'm not into it at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
that was the greatest part of such a great part of baseball. It's the pitcher hitting, and then when the pitcher gets a triple, we're gonna lose that. Pitchers are gonna lose that hero. I mean, these guys were batting probably like 600 in high school and college. They can hit, and then I don't know. It's big.
I saw Greg Maddux hit a home run when he came back to the Cubs. I think he was like 40, and he hit a home run against the Red Sox. And I was
in his knuckleball prime.
In his knuckleball prime, that's right.
Yeah.
I was sitting
every time Bumgarner gets up and smashes one out, that's baseball, man.
Yeah. So things without ends, Muppets, music, things with end. You know, pitcher swinging a bat.
Yeah. So, maybe it's just time to start the wiffle ball league and just go pro on ESPN. Me and Tommy are going to have a game and then have commentators. So we'll play a couple games. I think Chris Dowd wants to commentate on one, but I'd love to send the game to you guys to commentate after we film it.
Absolutely, man. My buddy Spencer is a
Hello?
He said Spencer and then he disappeared. Don't say Spencer. Apparently it freezes you every time.
Spencer.
But speaking of baseball, all right, the last time we hung out, I think we were playing with our friends, the Harm Brothers, at the Tonic Room in Chicago. And your whole set, which I'm sure you've done before, was divided into songs about baseball, dogs, and then love. Was that right? Baseball, dogs, and love?
Love, death, baseball, and dogs.
Love, death, baseball, and dogs.
Yeah, love, death, baseball, and dogs. And not too much love.
Love of dogs and baseball.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Few of my favorite things.
Have you been writing much in this? Like, how's that been? How's the music playing been during this weirdness?
You know, like I was supposed to make an album, and I was getting all prepped for the new album, and then this whole thing hit, and I lost, just like all of us, all the awesome gigs and festivals. But part of my whole life is just to travel around and meet people and do bits on stage and play. And then the next show I have a new bit. And it's just like tightening up just my connection with people. And I get nothing out of this.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, like, it's just kind of bizarre to me. Like, it's not why I play music. But,
right.
So I started making puppets, dude. Like, because one, if this ever happens again, I'll be fine, because I'll just be a puppet maker, and I'll just make puppet videos. I learned how to edit on Adobe. I got new cameras. Like, dude, it's lighting. I'm all set, like, for movies. So short films are what I really, really love. And so I finally caught up to technology during all this. So instead of writing songs, like, I've learned how to take the other crafts I love to a new level, and had the time to just sit and do it and wrap my mind around it and kind of scream and yell and throw things in my kitchen when I can't figure out a right click on a computer.
Yeah.
But now I kind of know little things. So I have it all. Basically, I could do everything on this phone, and I'm cool with that. Now I could make an Oscar-winning film just right here. These iPhone 11 Pro Max, man, they're insane. And then you get the, like, a Filmic app I'm using. It's unreal. You could just make top quality stuff. And I've just, like, cracked the can open. I don't even know how to do it all quite yet. But
I know. I just got an iPhone 11 and it is intimidating me. But I was walking around the woods taking pictures of trees and pointing out to Jen, like, look at the detail.
It is. It's stunning
detail. She was like, you need something to do, man.
That's it.
But it's weird because like there's times where I'm like, you know what, I should sit down and like try to write a song or something, and then I just don't, like don't feel like it or whatever.
Yeah.
And we did an online show, like a streaming show, and kind of like you said, like I'm glad they're there. I was happy to do it. It's cool that people comment and stuff, but like it's so weird not to have that like interaction, that like live interaction with people. And
Yeah.
one thing that you've always done and that we kind of do, like we have this circle, like, there's, I don't know if it's Pirates or like a Goonies like quality to what we do, which is, it's a different way of touring, like it's not like you're going to all the like, there's these different communities like the Weber's Deck people, or, when you're
the hubs. I like to call them the hubs. Yeah.
And it's really weird not to be able to go see those people or to connect with those hubs. Like it's bizarre.
Yeah, that's where the magic lies. So it's been different trying to figure out where that inspiration, because I mean, if I do another set tomorrow online, it's the same songs. Like I'm not learning a Van Morrison song or so. I don't do that kind of stuff too often, really.
Unless you have a Van Morrison puppet to filter these songs through.
But then it's like it just bores me just knowing like, oh, if you were here last week, you're just gonna see the same thing. And if I'm bored, like I gotta keep challenging myself, and that's the fun part, is the comedy bits on stage, because what do they say? Every musician wants to be a comedian, or I forget what Chappelle said it, or something. And it's true.
Yeah, it's every musician thinks they're a comedian, and every comedian wants to be a musician. Yeah,
that's it.
And that's fucking true.
It is, man. But after you're touring for 2 weeks, man, your set is tight. Like the comedy bits are tight, and they just keep growing. It's just like you're just trying your stuff out, and then you add all the feelings into it. My motto is make them laugh, make them cry, get the fuck off the stage. That's my motto. And have a moment, feel something.
You were doing some stuff, man. So you had plans to go in to make a record. The last time I saw you, you had some new stuff, like I think I played guitar with you on something that was almost like a Petty tune.
It was a 1980s summer power hit.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to write a 1980s summer power hit. Yeah. And I think I did. I think you
did too.
Yeah, it slips right in there. Erica said, you just slipped your dick right into a 1980s summer power hit. Because you got to slip it in, because they're using the same chords as all the 1980s summer power hits.
Yeah.
So you just got to become part of the quilt of the D, A, B minor, G power hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. It was me and the Rainbow Girls were hanging out, and Sam Chase, and like we were all just having fun, and I mentioned it, and me and Caitlin from the Rainbow Girls started just kind of riffing on it, and then I just kept with it. It took me 1 year exactly to finish it. I think it was to the date. So yeah, and it's been a pretty powerhouse song when I got a band. Like, it's pretty fun.
Does it typically take you a while to write songs?
No.
Or do you crank them out pretty quick?
I'd say like it's maybe like, if I find something, I'd say a week of just like maybe, and then polishing later. But sometimes, I don't know, they just come, sometimes they just shoot out. But that one was just fun, trying to exactly put it into the quilt of a 1980s power hit. So
yeah.
So you have to do it just kind of right. And so I was very meticulous about it.
Yeah, because you're riding that cheese line, man. You're like on the edge of it. And if you can ride it right, man, it's like the best shit ever.
And she taught me about Kerouac I taught her about Ramblin' Jack. She taught me how to make love. I taught her how to surf. Some good stuff right there.
Dude, glad to hop back in right where I know what you're talking about. That's a great song, man.
Oh, thanks.
We lost you at Spencer. You said Spencer's name, and then the internet shamed you.
I know, and it might shame me again. I was trying to say that Spencer, my buddy Spencer Locks, is a stand-up comedian, and what he's doing is he got MLB The Show to simulate the entire Cubs season. So he does a game every day, and he just does like a Twitch feed of the simulation, and he does a broadcast of it. Like he just does the announcing for it. We were talking about baseball announcing.
Oh, well, I want to see that. That's fun.
I'll send you a link. I'll put the link in the comments. Yeah, I'm sure that Spencer would appreciate that. But it's fun. I was a guest on one of the broadcasts. It's fun.
Yeah, I think I need 3 cameras. I need one that's a whole outlook on the field, the wiffle ball field, and then one person having batter and one person on pitcher, and then do a 6-7 inning game, and then cut it all together, and then send it to you guys, send it to different people, and then they announce. That would be fun.
That'd be good. Get Salcedo to play the organ for the whole.
Oh yeah, Dowd's all about it too. Like every time you need a walk-up song, yeah.
What would your song be? What would your
my walk-up song is well, you're speaking of indie records. It's a Granddaddy song.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
And then I walk up and it cuts right off.
You do a great Aaron Birch drum fill impression there. I like it.
Oh, let me try.
There it is.
Aaron Birch.
Ryan, what would your walkout song be?
Man, when I was young, like I used to think it would be really cool to do the soulful strut, and now I realize how like lame that is.
What's the soulful strut?
It's God, now I'm gonna forget how the melody is. It's you know it. Ba-na-na-na-na, da-na-da-da-na-na-na, da-na-da-da-na-na-na. But not that part. There's like a little piano break that's real smooth, like boom, boom, boom. And I would do that part. Like not the hook. I don't need the hook. Give me like the smooth little piano solo.
Sure.
And then watch me strike out.
Yeah. Well, what's yours?
I don't know, man. Like I always like I try to. My brain just goes to like it should just be like my heart will go on, like something that's totally wrong for the moment. But I always thought that it would be cool to like if you had a song that was like emitting from your body for the groove to Where It's At by Beck to be that like that intro like that do 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 do.
That's good.
Like be cool. And then just like slowly walk out to the batter's box and strike out. Dude, we missed you at the Curveball Classic last year. I got owned.
Oh yeah.
Me and Jordan both got injured. Jordan separated his shoulder diving for a ball.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. I like pulled a muscle in my rib cage swinging too hard.
See, I think like one-on-one wiffle ball, and if we go 7 innings, that's 7 different players with 7 different walk-up songs each inning, and you have your own stats for that player that you're portraying every inning when you're at bat, and that would be fun. Especially if there's costumes involved and you get and you just go deep. I'd have to either be a team full of Pirates, Vikings, or Mountain Men. It's about as far as I can go. Maybe a preacher or something, but
there you go.
I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
You could just be a whole team of Wilford Brimley from The Natural. Just an entire team of just him.
I have a full-on. If I put my mustache in. Well, I actually kind of want to give it to my old man because he looks a lot like Wilford Brimley for sure. because I have the whole Roy Hobbs jersey. It got stolen with my CDs and merch, and then my friend Gabe Kelly sent me one secretly in the mail, and it has T on the back even now too, so it's pretty far out. So I got a new Roy Hobbs jersey.
Yeah, so I mean, talk about that.
I had
man.
one of those. Oh God, I'm old.
Go ahead. How old are you, Ryan?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I had one of those "oh man, I'm old" moments where the last time I watched that movie, I realized that I'm like older than Hobbs in that movie, and all they do is make fun of him for being so old. They're like, "Oh, this geezer," and he's like 34. I'm like, come on, man.
Dude, I had one of those moments on the last tour I was at. This just burly man came up to me and he's like, "Hey man, it's good to see you. I've been listening to you since I was a little kid." And I was like, "What?" And I just went, "Oh, I'm an old guy. I'm an old guy." Yeah, once you hit knuckleball prime, and then it's like you're old guy.
So what does that mean for you then? Like, looking at the future.
In my mind, like I never realized there was a giant grown man that has been listening to me since he was a little kid. Like, sure. I feel like I've been doing this like 5 years or something. I don't know. Like time didn't catch up to my brain like that until I was like, oh, I've been doing this for a while, I guess. Yeah, funny. I never really had that moment. I was Peter Pan in my head.
Right? I know that feeling.
So I was avoiding that thought.
Now you're a pirate, man. Now you're a pirate.
Yeah. Now it could be any Viking pirate I want. Moonshiner.
So while I was in Facebook jail, did you guys talk about the future of music at all, or no? Like what we're ostensibly supposed to be talking about?
I mean, I feel it seems like what we're talking about is the future of music could be Muppets and wiffle ball.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because I asked Sam Chase because I needed. He's kind of a Danny Elfman. Like he's definitely my Danny Elfman, and he wrote the song Don Quixote's theme song, and it's unbelievable. And just incorporate all the medias is where my brain is now for the future of me and my music. I kind of like staying home.
Yeah.
So I realized how much I was just gone all the time, and I'm digging it.
Yeah, it was weird. I was talking to Jen about that same thing, and I said, like, I realized last week that it was the longest, or maybe before that, it was the longest I've been in one place in 20 years. Like the longest I hadn't gone anywhere.
Me too, man. Absolutely. Yeah. And I did a drive-through concert. My cousin just opened a brewery, and it's going to be a really sweet venue. So I played while cars drove by and picked up beer. That was kind of fun. It felt kind of normal. It was the normalest I felt, but it was still pretty weird and cool, I guess.
Do you think that like this situation, being stuck at home and not being able to tour is going to, in the future, mean that you aren't going to want to tour as much? Like as you get used to not being out, do you think that you're going to spend more time trying to figure out ways to maybe hustle from home as opposed to?
Well, yeah, I think that it's a muscle that you always keep fighting for, and I see like my friends who just like every other day they're doing a live show. They're learning like all these songs. They're playing for their bar. They're fighting to keep that muscle alive, and mine is just kind of like I kind of want to farm. I should have been a farmer. And but I don't know. But I just kind of see myself not trucking across the country like that anymore. as of now, like
Yeah.
I like my children. I like hanging out. I miss coaching Little League, dude. That's the one thing about this job that was very hard for me because, dude, I'm a badass Little League coach, and I need to get back into coaching, teaching kids baseball, and just the love of it. The love of it.
Yeah, man.
There's some pretty crappy coaches out there.
Have you made any children that you've coached cry?
No. I don't know, maybe.
Have you wanted
No.
to?
Oh yeah. Well, my son, he was a pretty good outfielder, but he never took to baseball. He didn't really like it that much. And one time he was lagging and taking the team down. Yeah, I think I was pretty pissed off that day. I think I might have yelled at him in the car, though. I didn't do it on the field. I'm a car yeller. I hate asshole coaches that are just always yelling at their kids. Anyhow,
I had a little league coach who regularly got thrown out. Like it was a common occurrence that he.
It was your dad?
It was not my dad.
Oh,
it wasn't my dad. It was the coach.
Was he a construction worker or like a plumber or something like that?
I don't know what he was. Mostly just an asshole.
Yeah, those were always super hot-headed. Like, have come to practice with a big construction truck, and then their kid gets out, and then they're screaming, and you're like, dude, there's other kids on the team.
He was my coach. I was really young when this happened, and I remembered like I like a kid, like a grade school young kid. And for some reason, I was really excited about my dad renting the movie Hunt for Red October. I don't know why. It was like a big thing in our household. And I was really anxious to get out of practice because I was like, me and the old man are watching Hunt for Red October tonight. Like, this is going to be awesome. And he chewed me out so much for like the same thing. But he yelled at me in front of everybody. And it was, remember, one of those moments that was like, man, maybe I don't like baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember giving a speech once to a 12-year-old. A couple of them went into like college ball too, guys, football, but I remember making a dad cry with one of my speeches. It was a glorious speech on life and the philosophy of baseball. And this dad was like, "Holy shit, dude, where'd that come from?" I miss that. I really miss teaching kids baseball. So that's a future of me too. Coaching baseball, Muppets, maybe flying out to do a show here and there. Maybe make a record every 10 years like I do. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting how like there are those little things that I guess you take for granted or you don't realize that you get to do because you get so used to like life on the road, life traveling, being out there, and then you get to do this stuff. And, you know, there is a hard decision to make. And that, man, when this comes back, do I want to go back to the way things were? Like, I don't know.
I know one thing, that every time I do this, it never lets me go. So I'm waiting for the moment to where it brings me back in, because I know it's something that it's part of the plan. It's part of the plan. So, but I don't know, we'll see. It always pulls me back. The road always pulls me back.
Yeah, I think like something that's happening for a lot of people right now is that they're realizing that the way that it's structured out there on the road is not beneficial to keeping people on the road. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, I've played shows with you, Will, and Ryan, and, you know, we've had those like magical nights where, you know, everybody is awesome and digging the music and everybody's just laughing and having a great time. And that's what keeps you coming back. But, you know, like financially, monetarily, you know, the whole structure of touring and putting out records is not conducive to.
There's a different passion of why we do it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and it is the things that I feel like I miss the most, and the things that I would be really anxious to get back to are things like Sheatherfest or,
Yeah.
you know, like if like Weber's Deck, you know, I still think one of the best times I had is when Weber threw that one song. I mean, I love all the Weber's Decks, but that one songwriting fest he did.
Yeah,
That was 6 years ago yesterday. I just saw that.
It's our anniversary.
Yeah, man. That's the day I met you, Will. It was 6 years ago yesterday.
Man. Did you plan that?
No, not at all.
Oh man, awesome! Happy anniversary, boys!
Happy anniversary, man.
Part of I know you guys are working on a Long Torsoman song too. I have to revisit that thing you sent me. But I'm writing a musical one that it goes. My shirt is too short and my pants are too long. I am a long torso man. And that's part of it.
That's incredible. That's amazing. I like how I think all the Long Torsoman songs in the Long Torsoman musical are just going to be explaining how the people are Long Torsoman. Like that's the only thing. There's no story. It's just more people being like, I'm also a Long Torsoman.
Well, I think the story for my song is going to be about this kind of like sad, dejected narrator who is just really upset about his short legs. And he just keeps talking about how he's a short-legged man until he meets like an old, wise, maybe Peter Fonda, and Peter Fonda lets him know, like, no, you're thinking about this all wrong. You're a long torso man. And then, you know.
Oh yeah, one of the scenes is like he like goes to the dryer and somebody took his black shirts and dried them on high heat, and so it shrank him up a little bit, just enough to where the shirt's garbage now, like because it's just enough of the belly showing out there, and you're like, damn it, I lost another one. I got like 14 black shirts that have been high heated.
That's where the overalls come in handy, man.
I'm wearing a short black one right now.
By the way, I just noticed that we said Peter Fonda again, and somebody started an engine. So, like, the ghost of Peter Fonda is 100% with us today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just got a motorcycle. I got a Yamaha V-Twin 250. Yeah, I took up from 50 cc's. I took it up to 250.
Took her up there. Is that you had a new kind of like cheese 80s song that you were working on last time I saw you in New Orleans? Was that inspiration for the motorcycle buy, or was it the other way around?
Well, I've always been a moped man. I like 50 cc's, man. I could live on that all day, but Erica started getting the bug and she wanted to take it higher. And I was completely fine. I mean, I was going to buy like maybe a 150, 125 Honda Classic I could wrench on. But then she found this Honda Rebel 250, and I was like, oh, man, she's going to leave me in the dust. So I had to get a 250. And I still haven't fell in love with it yet, like I love my moped. But, you know. We haven't been able to go to DMV to get a motorcycle license. I'm not cruising it a whole lot.
But. You were about to go into the studio, I think, last time I saw you with the Burning Pictures boys. Is that still happening? You still working on that record, or has this put a wrench in it too?
Yeah, put a wrench, and then like for a while, Good Luck. We were talking about making a record, and a new Good Luck record, but I don't know. It's like it's everything's in the freezer. We haven't even defrosted anything to start cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't know. And the whole time I was trying to like, because usually I'll sit and think, and then something locks in the whole plan. And this whole new album, like the whole time, I'm just like, it's not locking in. I can't. And obviously, it was probably, feeling that this was going to happen. And I don't know, like a sense of like, oh, we're going to have to deal with some weird pandemic. And, I saw the future
You had that. You were the one person who called that one.
Yeah.
Does this change the way you think about putting out an album?
Well, if I had a studio here, I would already put it out. If I had, I would have just tracked it out. But yeah, I'm not that far into technology yet. So who knows? Maybe a couple months I might have it all ready. Just track the whole thing out. Shit, I might even know how to play drums by then.
You never know.
No, I probably won't. Have you ever seen me on a kit? Oh, I saw it. I think it was a Hard Times article. A lead singer tries to tell the drummer what to do with mouth drums. I do that to Aaron all the time. He's all, dude, I don't understand that. I don't speak that language. He's such a dick. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not stressing about anything, man.
Yeah.
It seemed we're fortunate enough to be scraping by, and Erica got a pretty nice job that's on a lake, so it's like they opened up these patios, and so that could be a future of shows, is just playing on a pontoon boat in a lake. I thought of this great idea of just putting like maybe five spots, like, you know how people do those songwriting retreats or whatever, and then they're like $2,500, but I don't know, just like a couple $100 and come out on a lake for a day or two, and then pedal around the lake and then do some shows and sit and write some songs. That'd be fun. That might be awesome. Something. And then it's close to home, and then I get to still meet people and have these, relationships and experiences. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what I would do there. It's like, yeah, pay me a couple $100 to hang out with me. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to play on a pontoon boat, though. That'd be fun.
I thought about that. Like, so Bill Fitzgerald sold his club and kind of quote unquote retired, and then moved up to like the driftless area of Wisconsin, which is on the Mississippi River. And he has like a houseboat and pontoon boat, and is, always anxious to do stuff. And before all this happened, I had a couple times where I tried to convince him, like, dude, we should do shows on the houseboat, cruise up and down the Mississippi, get old Charlie Parr on that thing.
Absolutely.
And then go up and down the Mississippi doing like small houseboat shows.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Yeah, so I might do that this summer on a lake.
Love
it. Guys, if you guys can fly out, I got I'll have a pontoon stage ready for you. It'd be fun.
I'll just drive out, man. I got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Let's figure it out.
Let's figure it out.
Man.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully. I can't wait to hang when this whole thing blows over, and we'll, drink some whiskey, play some shows.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Measured torsos.
On a boat.
A torso measuring contest. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Will. This has been.
Well, I have a funny long torsoman story.
Okay.
Yes.
I bought a new suit for that last tour after Louisiana, and Catfish was driving me around, and I left the bottom half of my suit in Over the Rhine's dressing room, and so they picked it up for the next show, and they gave it to Catfish, and he pulled it up, and he just goes, "Where's the rest of your?" He's like, "Are these shorts?"
He's a long legman for sure. Cat's a long legman.
Tommy V's a long legman. Yeah,
how's that guy doing?
He's good. He had to drive to Napa today, but I was gonna try to get him to hang out over here, and maybe. But Peter Fonda.
There he is.
That sounds like a nice mic. Yeah, I've had fun, boys. Maybe
Yeah.
we can do this again and
Would love
figure
to.
something else out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out my green screen so I could just change my background at all times, like we're at, Wrigley together, or
Yeah, man.
So
Perfect.
Well,
You guys
that's
figure that
enough
out
to bring you
too.
back in the first place, man. Just for the green screen, we'll do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Well, thanks
All
for
right,
joining
man.
us, buddy. And
Cheers, my friend.
thanks for watching Crumbs, everybody. We'll see you next week. We're gonna have Aaron Anderson from Olivia Management on, chatting about how the management game is going in the pandemic. But until next time, keep on crumbing.
Crumbing.
Bye.
Adieu.
But I don't have the thing set up. Hang on.
Wait for it.
Wait.
For it.
Wait. Bye.
I gotta get my. I need to find some.